Well, I left a career in the police to become a plasterer and very quickly grew my business to and encompassed all trades. The project started getting bigger and bigger, and I was soon turning over in excess of £1 million a year. The issue was that we didn't seem to be making any profit, and I couldn't see any profit from the business, yet we were working so hard. I couldn't quite put my finger on what the issue was, and just by chance I happened to come across a testimonial from Greg Wilkes, and he was describing what seemed to be my life as I was going through at the time. All the problems he was describing, I felt like I could relate to them so well. So I knew I needed the help, and what Greg was offering seemed to be a perfect match for me. So that's why I considered the coaching. So after an initial call to see if my company would work with the coaching, I had a one-to-one with Greg. We had a long chat about the problems that I face day to day, and Greg explained how developed coaching could help. And if I'm honest, I was sold from that moment on. So that's why I chose Greg. So I knew that my company had problems. I knew that there was something that we weren't doing right. And my apprehensions came from being told what I was doing wrong. So what I didn't want was what I was worried about, that was Greg that was going to come along and just and pick holes in everything that I was doing. I was very much self-taught from the beginning. So yeah, no one really wants someone to come in and pick holes in everything you're doing. But Greg has just been so approachable and so reasonable with it. So that my apprehensions were unfounded, really. So what I've learned is that I'm not alone in the problems that I face. All of the other directors on the coaching are dealing with exactly the same problems that I'm dealing with. Everyone has different experiences that they can share with everyone else, and likewise I do with the others. Essential advice on time management, people management has been invaluable that I've received. Regular reviews on profit and loss have been great too, which helps identify any leaks that we've got within the company. Lots of great advice on pricing, profit margins and marketing. Greg has been very hands-on in his approach to the coaching, which means that there's often nowhere to hide. And this is very important if you want to make significant positive changes to your company. So going back to the not being alone, is that knowing that I'm not alone is a huge thing for me. It's good for my mentality, knowing that everyone else is going through the same problems. For years I struggled thinking that I must be doing something drastically wrong to be struggling so much. Having an outlet and a source of great advice whenever I need it is a huge relief for me. Implementing new processes that Greg has introduced has only assisted me in my growth. I've recently signed a contract worth nearly £1 million, and this has been made a lot easier with Greg's help. And I have the confidence that Greg and the other directors on the program are on hand if I need any advice. I would say if you're considering it in any way, then jump in, because every company, no matter how successful, can be improved. Greg will find ways to help you make more money, have more time for important tasks, and have more time off. He'll get you more work and generally make you feel happier about what you are doing. Greg is very approachable and easy to talk to, but also not afraid to give you the hard truths when needed, which is exactly what you need. Greg has always made himself available in times of need. When I've gone through some really tough times, he's always been there. He always responds to emails quickly, which enhances the feeling of support. And honestly, I can't recommend developed coaching enough.